Hello and welcome back to the Drive to Thrive show, the show all about being yourself, being your best and truly thriving in life, whatever that means to you. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring the all-important question, what does it mean to thrive in life? And beginning to clarify what this means to each of us personally so that we can start taking intentional action on it and making it happen for ourselves. So without any further ado, let's get into today's episode. What does it mean to thrive in life? It's a great question, a powerful question, and also a very personal question. Because how you can thrive and what that means to you personally, only you can truly know. I can't tell you. And as a coach, it's not my job to tell you. Instead, it's my job to help you to discover what thriving means to you and then support you in making it happen. That being said, there are some core areas of life that, in my opinion, greatly contribute to and support us in thriving. Some key elements which, when we focus on, nurture and develop them, can empower us to be our very best physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually so that we can show up powerfully and play full out in life, giving us the greatest odds of being healthy and happy, of fulfilling our potential and of achieving our goals. Which is exactly why you're here listening to this, right? Well, let's get into it then. Looking at the dictionary definition of thriving, the Oxford Dictionary define it as prosperous and growing, flourishing. Cambridge as growing, developing or being successful. The American Dictionary, very healthy or successful. And the Business English Dictionary, very successful and developing well. And to me, thriving is a mix of all of these things. To me, thriving is to be physically, mentally and emotionally healthy. To be happy, grateful and fulfilled with as much of our lives as possible. To be able to face life circumstances as they come at us, and to take consistent action to grow, progress and achieve in the endeavours and areas of life that are most important to us, regardless of what those circumstances are. Consistently creating the results that we want time and time again. Creating a better future for ourselves, our loved ones and the planet, whilst also enjoying and appreciating life here and now as it is. And even if we're not where we want to be in any of these areas, we can still thrive in working towards and creating them. Because I think the key element in all of this is that thriving is a state of being, catalysed by the purposeful pursuit of and progress towards the goals that are most meaningful and important to us. The achievement of them, which is hugely important of course, only adds to the sensation, because thriving is something that can be experienced and felt in the process towards creating these results and outcomes. This, in my opinion, is why they say the journey is the most important part of any goal. Because thriving isn't an end in itself, it's an active and ongoing way of being created in the process. And the journey and the process, they are what shape, make and mould us into the people who can achieve our goals. They're what teach us valuable lessons on how to achieve our goals, and ultimately, they are what make the achievement of our goals so worthwhile. Because no great victory, success or achievement came in isolation without its great journey, struggle or adventure. So in that sense, thriving exists in who we are being, how we are living and the actions we're consistently taking. Because these things determine the results we create in life. These things determine the quality of our lives, and these things determine our satisfaction with each of these things. How we can then go about thriving in life, in my opinion, takes a holistic approach, a whole life approach, where we identify the lives we want to live, get clear on the most important key areas and values associated with that life, and then diligently, consistently keep working away at them. To design our lifestyles and habits in such a way that the lives we live align with, support and empower us to grow in these areas and keep making progress until we make that life we want our reality. To be, live and breathe that reality as much as possible every single day until it becomes a reality. Now, I just want to quickly clarify something. When I talk about thriving, it's not about perfection, it's not about being better than anyone else, and it's not about getting what we want at the expense of anyone else. Thriving is about making progress and being the best that we can be. So, if thriving is a holistic whole life approach, what does that mean? It means looking at ourselves and our lives as an intricate ecosystem, with each area, asset, and element affecting and influencing all the others. None existing in isolation or with absolute power. Instead, achieving absolute power by nurturing all of the areas as one and creating the optimal conditions for us to be, feel, and perform our best and take the most effective action to achieve our goals. Now, let's go a wee bit deeper and keep exploring this idea of thriving as a whole life ecosystem. Earlier, I mentioned that I thought there are some key elements that I think greatly contribute to and empower us to thrive. Well, it's these individual things that I personally believe make up the ecosystems of our lives. Now, please remember these are only my personal beliefs and opinions based on my personal experiences and the experience of coaching hundreds of others. The finer details of what it actually looks and feels like for you to be thriving in your life, only you can decide. So think of these as guiding core pillars to be made your very own. The higher level pillars can provide a loose structure or guidelines for thriving, which you then get to populate with the finer details of what thriving means to you and what you want it to look like personally in your life. So, the 9 core pillars are: number 1, the pillar of health, well-being and vitality, which is all about our nutrition, sleep, movement, energy, longevity and lifestyle habits. Number 2 is the pillar of values, vision and purpose, which is about what is it that really makes you tick, energizes and is most important to you. Figuring out what a healthy, exciting and fulfilling lifestyle looks like to you and why it's all truly meaningful. Number 3 is the pillar of mindset, psychology and philosophy, which is all about who it is we need to be, what we need to think, and what belief systems, tools and strategies need to be in place mentally in order to support us to be our very best, achieve our goals and thrive. Pillar number 4 is the pillar of goals, strategy and action plans. What is it that you're aiming for? How do you plan to achieve it? And what are the exact steps that are going to take you there, sustain that success and then allow you to grow beyond it? Pillar number 6 is the pillar of habits and rituals for success. The behaviours, tools and strategies that are going to support and empower you to take consistent action, grow and achieve the results that you want. Pillar number 7 is the pillar of balance, fun and fulfillment. How is it that you're taking care of yourself, enjoying yourself and living your best life now whilst creating a better future? Pillar number 7 is the pillar of resilience, resourcefulness and readiness, which is all about becoming resilient, resourceful and ready for life. Learning to embrace challenges, setbacks and failures, to leverage them for our growth and success, and to be able to keep taking consistent action to achieve the results that we want, regardless of what life throws at us. Pillar number 8 is the pillar of learning, leadership and personal growth. Where, with what and how are we consistently learning, challenging and developing ourselves to keep being our very best and achieving the results that we want? And last but by no means least, pillar number 9 is the pillar of love and connection, which is all about fostering and nurturing the relationships and support systems not only to thrive, but to share our goals, growth and life with. Because, in my opinion, love and connection is what life is all about, and when we can share our life, our growth and our success with others, it makes it all the more worth it. And that's it. The 9 core pillars that I personally believe form the foundational areas of life that really move the needle and make a difference in living a healthy, balanced and fulfilling life that empowers us to thrive. And if we decide what we would love our lives to be like, view these pillars through the lenses of our goals, and then consciously put our time and energy into developing each area appropriately in relation to our goals, that's what's going to exponentially propel us forwards towards success and making this life a reality. Not to mention helping us to feel amazing about ourselves and our lives along the journey. Again, only contributing to greater chances of success and satisfaction. Now, I know what you may be thinking. 9 pillars might sound like a lot to think about or focus on. I totally get it. But remember, each individual pillar is part of the larger whole, which means that action taken and progress made in any one area will positively affect and influence so many more. And this is where being intentional comes into play. Because just as I do with my coaching clients, we can set up specific habits to support each individual area and often many more at once. As well as that, we can set specifically targeted goals to allow us to make progress in the current key areas for maximum growth. The result being that day in, day out, our lifestyles and habits are nurturing, maintaining, and empowering each area through how we live. And then our goals, strategies, and actions are really driving us forward in the areas most appropriate for optimal growth. This way, feeling great, making progress, achieving our goals, and thriving just becomes who we are and how we live. And when we're working on, in the process of, and living that reality, the one that we consciously design and create for ourselves on our own terms, then we're truly thriving, in my opinion. Driving forwards passionately and purposefully with our goals, meeting our own values and personal needs, being the best we can possibly be for ourselves and our loved ones, and creating a life that we truly love. Doing it all in as healthy and as sustainable way as possible so that it continues to support our growth and also does good for others and the world around us too. Now, I'm not going to go any deeper into the 9 pillars and what's involved in each today because they deserve the respect of having time and space held for them exclusively. This is exactly why I've created a training series taking a deeper dive into the pillars and helping you to assess where you currently are with them so that you can really begin moving the needle and thriving in each. To grab that training, simply scroll down to the show notes and click on the training link now. And so, we've covered a lot today in a short space of time, and I hope this has been as insightful and energizing for you as it's been exciting for me to share. The most important thing that I want you to take away from today's episode is this. Regardless of where you are now in relation to your health, your goals, and your ideal lifestyle, it's possible for you to thrive. And it's possible for you to start thriving much sooner and more easily than you might think. Because remember, thriving isn't an end in itself. It's not a specific outcome. It's a state of being and way of feeling created by taking conscious, consistent action towards our goals. It's something that we create for ourselves, within ourselves, through who we are being, the decisions we're making, and the actions we're consistently taking. So I want to leave you with a parting question to ponder today. Whether you pause here and close your eyes for 5 minutes now, or note it down to come back to visualize, think about, or explore in your journal later. Begin to think about your life and ask yourself, what would it be like for me to be thriving in life? What would that look like? How would it feel? And what specifically would it involve? And allow yourself to begin creating a compelling vision of what it would be like for you to be thriving in life. And then ask yourself, would I want to be? Because I'll tell you this, it's possible and it will definitely be worth it. We'll be expanding upon this idea even further in next week's episode, talking all about creating your vision. So enjoy pondering and exploring this idea, and make sure to go down to the show notes and grab that training now to help you to take this to a whole new level. Until next week, take care, please be kind to others, and I'll catch you real soon. Peace. If you enjoyed this and you want to stay connected, then jump on over to Instagram and connect with me personally at GaryRankin_, where you'll get even more tips, tools, and powerful content to help you keep taking action and stay in the flow until next week's episode. I'll see you there.